In the women's all-around, and for American Brandy Johnson, it's a last chance to move up in the standings, and this has been a gratifying competition for her so far.
This is a great event for Brandy to end on. She's very dynamic, very entertaining. As you can see, she's very explosive, both in the tumbling and in all these leaps and jumps. This is a new addition to her routine. She does a full twisting double back in the middle pass.
In contrast to the style of Svetlana Boginskaya, whose routine was choreographed by a Soviet ballet star, Brandy's routine was choreographed by an aerobics champion.
Music choice and choreography is very well suited for Brandy. This has been an excellent competition for Brandy. This past year has been very difficult with injury and illness, and at times inconsistent in competition. But that's all behind her now. Finishes with a tuck double back. Whoa, just steps on that line, but not over. No deduction. Very nice job. She's got to be proud of herself and to do it in front of the whole world.
Brandy really flies in this double back dismount. Notice her arm lift right there gives her tremendous height and rotation. A little too much. Fortunately, she didn't go out of bounds.
So Brandy Johnson, in a comeback effort, scores a 9.850 to hold on to 5th place. And once again, the Soviets dominate women's gymnastics, taking the top 2 spots. And emerging star Tatiana Lysenko confirms her ability by capturing the all-around in a win over her teammate Svetlana Boginskaya. This event had it all, the young challenging the old veteran, and it all came down to the last event with only 13 one-thousandths of a point separating them. For Boginskaya, it may well be a last performance. For Hungary's Henrietta Anodi, it was a chance to win a medal in the big time. For America's Brandy Johnson, it was a great comeback. For China's Zhang Bo, excellence on the beam. And for the Soviet Union, confirmation that they are still the best. I'm Donna DeVerona. For Kathy Johnson and Bart Connor, goodbye from Brussels, Belgium.
A few moments ago, you watched Brandy Johnson with a terrific performance in the women's all-around competition of the World Cup Gymnastics Championships. But since that event was taped in Brussels in last October, Brandy, one of the only 4 American women to ever win a medal in the World Championships, announced that she was retiring from competition. And she joins me now here in Tampa, not far from her hometown of Altamont Springs, Florida. And Brandy, first of all, at 17 years old, announcing your retirement, why?
Why? A couple injuries. I have a hip problem recently. And I'm ready to retire. I've reached all my goals in gymnastics. I made it to the Olympics, and I am known as an international gymnast, and those were my 2 goals when I was young.
Okay, but the professional gymnastics that will become a happening, actually, I think May 11th, will you be competing, or are you going to try and compete in that?
Yes, I am. I'm going to try to compete if my hip will allow me, but I definitely want to start competing professionally.
And what is the status now of the hip? I know you've had the ankle injury, you have the kidney stone problem, but the hip is the real problem now?
Yeah, it's just going to take a lot of time. They say 6 to 9 months to heal. They're not really sure what's causing all the problems, but it just said time off would probably help it the most.
Say that it does work out and you can return to competition, and of course one of the familiar names in American gymnastics. How long would you like to continue to compete at the professional level?
As long as I possibly can. I enjoy competing, and the gymnastics has been such a big part of my life. I would kind of feel void without it, but as long as I could possibly stand it.
Anything that you might have missed in your career thus far?
I don't think so. I don't think I've missed anything.
And as you look forward to one other date, February the 14th?
Yes, of 93, I will be getting married.
Well, we want to congratulate you, Brandy, on a great career, also on your pending marriage.
Thank you.
Brandy Johnson, it's been fun watching.
Better little girl if they was pushed out of windows.